Fam. How about y'all come on in and let's have us another visit here on the Humbl Show. I am Grant Fletcher, and I'm being joined by my co-hosts Moonbeam Hallows and Brandon Cox, and here they are, everybody. How are we?
Hey, we're doing cool, yeah.
All right.
Hurricane Francine just passed overhead last night as we're recording this. Here in Baton Rouge, pretty much ado about nothing. I know a lot of people lost some power.
Yeah.
Not a lot of damage around here. There were some parts of the state that got hit a little harder than us, but all in all, it was no Katrina. I'll say that much.
Thank goodness. Yeah. I mean, I think I saw a lot of people on social media not taking it seriously, and thank goodness. In the end, it was one not one worth taking seriously.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this, I woke up a couple times throughout the night last night, and we had power the whole time. And it was well past when it should have been hitting us pretty hard. So I said, okay, we got power. We're good. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And this evening I went grocery shopping, and I got home, and I walked in the door with my load of groceries. And as I was walking in the door, the power went out.
Oh, my.
So I was like, I just came, I purposefully didn't get anything cold before the storm. I waited until after it was gone. And then I came home with an armful of cold stuff, and the power went out.
Good Lord.
Yeah. But the thing is, I heard the transformer blow on the other side of the neighborhood. So I was like, oh, they were working on it and somebody screwed something up. So I knew they were over there,
Yeah.
So it came on an hour later. It was fine, but still not definitely a tense moment whenever I'm just like, oh, great. I just spent a lot of money on groceries that are going to go bad immediately.
Yeah.
But we're good. It worked itself out. Obviously, because we're here recording this right now on the same day. So.
Yeah, my place of work was out of power for about 2 or 3 hours this morning. Here's the thing, though. They're prepared. They have 2 or 3 generators, big industrial ones. And so we ran off of those for 2.5, 3 hours with no issue, which was great. It's always so good to do work.
You know what my favorite thing is? Work.
Yeah. Gotta keep the economy rolling.
I like this work. I mean, the things we're doing here, working at convention. I love that.
Oh, that's always fun.
But the regular stuff, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
I love my job, but I closed today because of the threat of bad weather, and I wish I hadn't closed.
Yeah. Well, you love your job even though your boss is just a real a-hole over there?
Yeah. She sucks.
She's always on your back about something.
They work all the time.
Yeah. All right, I get it. Well, maybe someone will talk to her and then she'll calm down.
Yeah.
And her crazy schedule.
Well, yeah, it is a crazy schedule. I mean, what you get up at what time, and then you're there at the grindhouse at what time?
I get up at 4:45.
Yeah.
I'm there at 5:30, 5:45, 6. Depends on how long it takes me to get dressed.
That's why I was never a barista. Or baristo. I think the male version is baristo, I believe.
I think it's still barista.
Is it really?
Yeah. I know for a fact that I am a barista.
Yeah.
That's maybe only in Italy do they differentiate between the two. Not even in the States.
So.
Well, do we have a song recommendation? Anyone?
Always, yeah.
Brandon has one. I know you're ready to go.
Yeah, I think I got 3 this week.
All right, let's hear them.
So first, I'm going to keep these short since there's 3 of them. First and foremost, we got Head to Wall by the band Quicksand. This might be one that turns heads, but I think that there are those bands out there that's like, hey, why would you listen to this band if this band exists? And for me, Quicksand is that band, and it elapses the band Helmet. Quicksand is a better Helmet.
Huh, okay.
They don't have as many albums as Helmet, but they have as many good albums as Helmet. So I think that's worth saying something.
I feel like if you have 3 solid albums, you did some pretty good work.
Oh yeah, for sure. Next, I have Summer Sun by Matt Berry. For those at
I
home,
know who Matt
people
Berry
might
is.
be hearing the name Matt Berry and they're thinking, oh, you mean the actor? And yes, I do mean the actor, the comedic actor. And here's the thing about him. I think a lot of comedic actors have musical projects, and they tend to be comedic. Matt Berry is an amazing musician. He is a multi instrumentalist, amazing producer, great vocalist. Which is probably no surprise, but his music is quite amazing. It's all really great, like late '60s British tinged psych pop, with some jazzy sort of flourishes, and it's all really fantastic. His entire discography, from what I haven't heard his entire discography, but everything I've heard is wonderful. And lastly, I need to pull this one up because I just heard it shortly before us going on air. The band Clipping has a new single as of today, Run It. For those who are not keeping up, Clipping is a really great, like, industrial tinged hip hop act that also combines a lot of like really off the wall elements, a whole lot of like underground harsh noise, death industrial sounds, along with their sounds. And this new single also has like some late 80s, early 90s, like acid techno, those squelchy synths that one heard back in the day. It's really good, but I think it's worth mentioning. In addition, David Diggs is the only vocalist of the act, and he is. I mean, go to his Wikipedia page. He's one of the hardest working men in showbiz today. He was in the original cast for Hamilton. He's appeared in so many films and so many television shows as both a vocalist, as far as a singer goes, and an actor. But in addition, he's in the band Clipping. I saw them live back in 2017 in Oklahoma City, and they were fantastic.
You went all the way to Oklahoma City to see the band Clipping, specifically for the band?
No, so Clipping was there, and they were there, but they were great. But friend, that little festival had. So, friend of the show, Must Die, and my favorite band of all time, Guided by Voices. They were co-headlining this festival. It was so wild, and it was on my 27th birthday.
Huh.
How wild is that?
Very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, Matt Berry is a musician. I think a lot of people don't know that, but a lot of people who do very much appreciate his music. And that's a guy who I've seen him do a few conventions here and there because of what we do in the shadows.
Yeah.
But I would love to work with that guy. That would be dope. I've been following him since Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Garth Marenghi, you and he were buddies.
That show's worth a rewatch because it's real easy to blow through really quick.
Oh, God. That in the IT crowd.
Yeah.
Speak, priest.
You could get through that one pretty quick, too, I think. I haven't watched it. I watched it once all the way through, 15 years ago, maybe. But I feel like you can get through it pretty quick, too.
This has one of my favorite lines. Thank you, computer man.
Yeah. You there, computer man. Fix my pants. Yeah. Moonbeam, did you have one?
Yeah, I guess so. All right.
I think so.
There's Lola May was riding home with me the other night, and her taste in music is not like mine. She likes a little bit of everything, but she also is really into this really dirty R&B right now.
Heck yeah.
She introduced me to a guy called Too Smooth, the number 2 Smooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a R&B singer from Neshoba County. I would like to recommend the song "In by 10" by Too.
In by 10 by Too Smooth.
Yeah.
Is it is it anything like the Nissan plant by Lavish?
I'm sorry.
Brandon is going to stop by the Grindhouse tomorrow on his way home, and he'll introduce you to the Nissan plant by Lavish.
I haven't shown her Lavish, I guess.
Yeah.
You got to do that. Can't be keeping secrets.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's
What about
good.
you, Grant? What you got?
Man, what's funny is like I had one that I thought was pretty good, and the thing is,
Was it Helmet?
it was not Helmet. No, I lost it. I forgot what it was. Is the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with. I'm kind of like flipping through some songs here. Oh, here's one. I'm gonna go with a song called "Save Me" by Unwritten Law.
Okay.
Which I think is a solid song. I think Unwritten Law, they did that song, Seeing Red. You know, the chorus is like, follow the leader down. That's their like main song that everyone knows. But they do have a lot of really good tracks. And Save Me is one of them. And I actually saw them open for Pennywise like the summer before MJ was born.
Oh, heck
And
yeah.
it was cool because
So
Pennywise played their About Time album all the way through on that tour.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
I'm glad I did that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Unwritten Law was a lot of fun on that one there as well. And they even have an acoustic version of Save Me. They put out an acoustic album around that same time of just, acoustic versions of some of their other songs. And so either one of those are actually pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I like that. I like that we got all that in. All good choices, I think, everybody. And listen, here's the thing. It is, as we're dropping this, September 18th. I think it's safe to say that we are firmly in spooky season. For some of us, it never ends.
Yeah.
For others, my family, late August, early September, like September 1st is like the latest that spooky season begins here in my house. And, I think it starts at different times for everybody. I think it means different things for everybody. And I think everybody has different activities, and that's awesome that everyone just kind of has this sort of spooky season community, and they all just kind of support how everybody likes to celebrate it. And there's all these different ways to celebrate it. So really my question today is, what does spooky season mean to you? What are those activities that you do? What are those maybe things that you eat? You know what I mean? Like certain things you seek out at that time of year to eat. Movies you watch, etc. Tell me what spooky season means to you specifically. And I can start for me. I don't know if anyone else wants to jump in. I mean, here's the thing. Spooky season never ends at the Hallows residence, ever.
Never. It's always how. Always.
And I mean that literally. Like the house is painted for spooky season. The decorations are up. Y'all don't decorate for Easter, Christmas.
No, we do put up a Christmas tree.
Sure.
We do.
But it's always Halloween around the Christmas tree, though.
Oh yeah, always. And the Christmas tree is generally fall situation.
It's a Halloween-y Christmas tree. Yeah.
Usually, it's a black tree. It's got lots of orange. Lots of orange.
Like that. Well, I mean, given that it's never not Halloween around your house, is there anything in particular that you do different around Halloween?
Well, I mean, things have so I've pivoted my livelihood from Greg's. We were in the same industry, and so now I feel like that's changed. I've got the coffee shop, and I put a lot of care into my fall menu, and to kick off spooky season, we kicked that off August 16th, which is Greg's birthday. And that's when spooky season, kicks off at the grindhouse, and when we start, celebrating. I don't know, it's always we always have, we have our own little radio station in the house, so it always plays lots of old horror movie trailers, and it's always got spooky songs and old commercials for things like that. But I don't know. I'm really proud of my spooky fall menu. I think that's
menu is fantastic, and the interior decoration is very spooky season.
Well, I mean, it's lighthearted. I didn't want anything gory.
Yeah.
You got Michael Michaels.
Got Michael Michaels at the front door.
As soon as you walk in, you're greeted by Michael Michaels, and he's got his He's got his heart-shaped sunglasses on.
Yeah.
He's got his
He's
dry
there all year though.
Yeah, he's there all the time. So I didn't want anything overtly spooky.
Mhm.
I don't want anything gross. So we got a lot of vintage, um, just stick up. What are they called? Just the little cutouts all over the
Yeah.
place.
Mhm.
Some pumpkins and blow molds and things like that. Some flashy lights.
Is there anything like you're on the lookout to do, or any movies that you like to revisit during that time?
But for me,
Yeah.
I really like. I don't know. I try to keep it super lighthearted around Halloween. I haven't. I mean, I watch horror movies all the time.
Yeah.
So, and then as far as Halloween movies, I really like Fun Size. I've
Mm.
been trying to watch Fun Size every year. Um, like that. Um, I don't know, man. Ernest Scared Stupid. That
Oh, I
goes
love
on.
that movie. Yeah.
It's not. It didn't hold up so much as an adult, but I still like
It's
it.
not a great movie, but it's still, yeah, the nostalgia hits pretty hard on that one.
Yeah. So I mean, we like I like a Trick or Treat. I like the movie Trick or
I
Treat.
love that movie.
Watch that one. And
Trick or Treat and Creep Show, I think I could,
Oh
every
yeah,
year.
Trick or Treat it's worth a watch every year.
Trick or Treat, I guess, and Trick
Or
or
Treat.
Treat. Two different movies.
Really?
Yeah,
Both
Trick or-
both worth checking out, but Trick or Treat with Sam.
right.
Yeah, and my
that's what
uncle
I'm talking
Brian
about.
Cox.
Yeah, and your Uncle Brian Cox, yes, of course.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. My children don't understand the whole
Don't they know we have an important business to attend to? And then you got Bob
myself.
crawling around Brandon's head right now too.
Yeah, that's old stinky tuna butt right there. Yeah.
Stinky tuna butt. Yeah. Look, Brandon has reached the level of pet. If you've been watching the show, if you're in the Humbl Fam, you know the saga of Brandon becoming a pet owner. And so now
Yeah.
he's become the level of pet owner that you just give infinite nicknames to your pets. They just never end.
He has so many nicknames. I sing songs to him.
Right, yeah. There you are. You've reached that stage now. It is, by the way,
Yeah.
I hate to tell you this, it is terminal. That's the end of
Yeah, I'm
you're
gonna
going to be
die.
this way for the rest of your life, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well,
Well, my
Brandon,
turn that
you've
off.
told me about how, picking out the Halloween costume was an issue as a kid.
Yeah.
And it might have been sort of a begrudging thing that you went trick-or-treating in your childhood.
I feel like I'm kind of recapturing it slowly but surely. I feel like I've been a big Scrooge, a big spooky season Scrooge for a long time, and I'm still recovering. It's still happening. But I will say I do like as of last year, I have started to decorate the outside of my apartment. Like I put like light up things in the window, and I have like I surround my apartment door and like balcony with lights. They're very nifty. They're battery operated. You don't have to plug them in. Um, and I think honestly, spooky season is just a time in which I try not to eat my fill of candy corn every day. Um, I feel like the country as a whole is starting to realize that there's nothing wrong with candy corn. It's actually one of the better candies. It's one of my favorite candies, as you know, apart from a good old fashioned zero bar.
Well, yeah.
But candy corn and the candy corn pumpkins, my God, I think spooky season is just about a month and a half of me trying not to eat entire bags in one day. It's just me like not paying attention in the supermarket whenever I go. But as far as things that I watch, I don't really have, other than Trick or Treat, I really don't have any sort of particular habitual watch. But I will say my my curmudgeonly ass just subscribed to a new, I don't think it's a new streaming service, but I subscribed to a streaming service that I've never subscribed to before called Eternal Family.
Okay.
It's not popular. But
they're not doing great, but I'll watch it anyway.
yeah. I mean, I don't think they're just raking in the cash, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
I mainly don't subscribe to anything because all these companies are like, oh, we're putting so much money in, we have billions of dollars come in, but we're not making any money. Then you don't deserve my cash. But Eternal Family, they have a selection of a bunch of like strange, weird, scary, spooky, entertaining, esoteric offerings. And they have like a live channel that you can tune into via their Roku app. So in addition to a lot of like things that you can watch, like you would, you can just tune into the live channel. I watched a really entertaining documentary about Terry Riley, who is a fantastic minimalist composer and musician. I watched that the other day. But in addition, they have a lot of like cult classic sort of stuff and a lot of left of the dials, strange things that you might not have ever seen. In fact, probably absolutely have never seen. But
definitely need to subscribe to this.
Yes, yeah, Eternal Family.
Eternal Family, $8 a month or $80 a year. So yeah, I mean, I subscribe to Shudder. So I feel like that I always like Shudder. They have a lot of really good stuff on there. But I haven't really. I was just thinking as you were talking about it too. There's probably a lot of really good channels on Pluto TV that have some really good.
Oh, absolutely.
Horror movies, but also probably like general like Halloween-y type stuff that's not necessarily like super hard horror,
Yeah.
Probably a lot of really good like old horror movies too, I bet, that I just never even thought to seek out because I have Shudder and whatever else. So I'm gonna take a look through this weekend and see what they have out there in the Shudder. But yeah, on your point about the candy corn, I've often said that candy corn is like the most polarizing candy in existence. Either you love it or you hate it.
I feel like a lot of it, like I feel as well as with any food polarization, I feel like a lot of it, someone had a really dumb like spit take that they forced like via popular media. I don't know what slighted candy corn, but I go back to, I remember watching the Rugrats and Angelica hating broccoli. And like, so initially, like at first as a kid, I was like, no, I don't like broccoli. And then I had it like, oh, this is actually really good. This is one of my favorite vegetables. I feel like bad opinions go a long way.
Yeah.
I feel like there was one person who was like, it's bad, it's the worst candy. And I feel like people are starting to catch on.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this, like you said, I think a lot of people are starting to catch on. I'm seeing more content just like on the socials where people talk about liking candy corn. And I see also a lot of like Halloween artwork every year now starting to incorporate candy corn, and even like tattoos, Halloween themed tattoos that incorporate candy corn in some kind of way as well. But to your point, the opinion there, as much as I do like candy corn, Lewis Black has a pretty funny bit about candy corn.
I remember this one.
Something like all of the candy corn in existence was made in like 1972 or something like that, and they just recycle it every year.
Man, here's the thing. There are some brands that like their candy corn is much softer than others. Like there's some candy corns that will like you bite into, it'll like stick to your teeth. It's fine. It's great. It's still candy corn. I love it. But then there are some, it's soft. And like you can actually like chew it and it doesn't stick, and it's wonderful.
The pumpkins are that way.
The pumpkins are like that.
The pumpkins are just, ooh, I love candy corn, but if the stainless steel mold for the corn blew up and all we had one year was pumpkins, I'd be all right with that.
Be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Brax is like the generic standard candy corn brand, I suppose.
Yeah.
Same thing. So, it all works. Yeah, but some of them do have like a weird waxy texture depending on who it is that you get it from. So, you got to be careful with the candy corn. Humbl Fam, let me know. Candy corn, yes or no? That's all you need to tell me. Just tell me yes or tell me no on the candy corn. I need to know. Yeah. But I think Brandon and I are a yes. Moonbeam, are you a yes, I guess, since you like the candy the pumpkins? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're already assuming that everybody's yes on the pumpkins. We don't even have to ask.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you're a yes on the pumpkins. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, like us, my family, a lot of it is tied to movies. We are a movie family. We like that, and so we have a every Friday is pizza movie night at our house. And
Ooh.
September 1st, we start a Halloween rewatch. And so,
Yeah.
right now we're watching things like all the standard things that a 7-year-old would like to watch around Halloween, and sometimes we even find some new ones. Netflix kind of puts out some stuff that's halfway decent around Halloween every year too,
Yeah.
which is okay, which is good because like it's a long season for us, you know what I mean, as far as rewatching Halloween movies. And then we've been talking a lot about, just as my daughter gets older, we're going to step her up into things like Alien and Scream and whatnot.
Right.
I don't think you need to be 18 to watch Scream, because I know I wasn't whenever I watched Scream. And actually, I'm curious, Humble Fam, how old were you when you watched Scream? Like, did you watch it right when it came out?
Man, I feel
I
like
want to
you
know,
need
what's the youngest you were exposed to a horror movie? I asked Katie Featherston, who played Katie in the first Paranormal Activity movie, when I was interviewing her at last year's Preserve Halloween Fest. I said,
Yeah.
what's like the youngest a kid has come up to you and be like, oh, that was a scary movie? And she's like 7. She's like, I'll be doing a convention and like a 7-year-old will come up to me and be like, wow, that was a really scary movie. And she's like, yeah, I know, but you shouldn't be watching it. Like,
I feel like now it's been ages since I've seen Paranormal Activity, but I don't like. I think it got an R rating, and I can't remember why.
I mean, it's pretty, spooky, pretty disturbing. There's a lot of, I guess, tension in it. There's not, like you said, not like a lot of gore or anything like that. I don't know if there's, because I rewatched it last year. I don't remember a lot of like strange language, but I think, when you're talking about possession and things like that, that's things that really freak people out. And people really were. I mean, the thing is, even though it wasn't really like gory and excessive in any kind of way, I mean, people really were really freaked out by that movie.
Yeah.
And so I think when you're thinking about content and just kind of how the audience would react to a movie like that, that's probably where it came from. But I mean, honestly, that movie, especially the first one, it is a masterclass in just practical effects, building suspense in a movie, and really like making the most out of just a little bit. Because she told me, I mean, like most of the nights there were 3 people in that house filming. Her, Mika, the husband, and the director, and that was it.
Yeah. They filmed that movie for nothing.
She said the most complicated shoot they had was the scene where she gets dragged out of the bed.
Yeah. I imagine that was difficult.
Yeah.
So they had some kind of like apparatus that they like put on her leg, and like they had several people like pull her down. So anyway. Yeah. Craziness. But for us also, we're always looking for a good pumpkin patch, right? Because when you have a little kid, you got to find a good activity for them to do.
Oh yeah.
And then the trunk or treats and the trick or treating, of course, is the main event. But also there's that annual trek to the Spirit Halloween at least once.
Oh yeah.
That you got to go check out and see what's going on. And then of course, if you're if you wind up in Target or whatever too, you got to go see what they got. So also my wife is real big on the Halloween Oreos. We have to find the ones they have like spider webs on the cookie, and then the film is orange, those.
I know what you're talking about. I think I've only had them like once or twice. I need to get them.
She swears they taste better, and they're good. They're very good. I've got nothing against them, but I feel like they taste like an Oreo.
I am all about, like, not only do we eat with our tongues and our mouths, we eat with our eyes and we eat with our nose. If things look different, if things smell different, I think that it is worth saying that they are worth experiencing.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm all for it. I'm happy to have them every year. I mean, they're Oreos. They're good.
Yeah. And nobody be complaining about Oreos.
Yeah, they do have pumpkin pie Oreos that are out around this time of year as well. I do like those. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good. I don't support all the different crazy flavors they have, but I do like those.
I now want to make a pumpkin pie with an Oreo crust.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We're going to see each other at Alabama Comic-Con real soon. I feel like, Brandon has made king cake for conventions before.
I did. Yeah.
You've showed up at shows with homemade king cake before.
I feel like it's been a while since I've been baking, so I need to I need to do something for this upcoming show. I'm probably not
Awesome.
gonna, but I need to.
Well, good. That would be the payoff because I've been working real hard trying to get into better shape before this show in particular here. I looked back. Listen, I got into better shape for last year's Preserve Halloween Fest, and then over Thanksgiving and Christmas, I was like, I'm just going to, whatever, enjoy what I'm going to enjoy.
Yeah.
And then I saw the pictures of me at Louisiana Comic Con, and I was like, I kind of paid for it, I think. And so I spent the rest of the year since like March trying to like undo the damage I did.
It's worth it.
When you're entering into your late 30s, it's harder to, it catches up to you faster and it's harder to undo. But it's working. Yeah. I think I'm doing okay. Yeah, yeah. But I do want to know, Humble Fam, what's that?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. It'd be really cool if y'all would stop by Neshoba County on y'all's way back to Lafayette.
Hey.
I'm not going to Lafayette, but
Baton Rouge.
It could happen. It's not an impossible thing that could happen. Just so you know, I'm not, I don't know what the plan is, but I don't know what the plan is because I don't have a plan, but you think I make plans. That's funny.
Hey, look, she'll fix you a French whistle.
There we go.
That's right, a French whistle.
Whatever a French whistle is, I will have one. Whatever you recommend is good with me. Yeah, I will say this, though, y'all. The thing is, Humble Fam, however you celebrate spooky season, it doesn't really have to end on October 31st because, in fact, we do have an entire festival that's dedicated to the idea that you could, in fact, have Halloween every single day if you wanted to.
And that is this year's election.
November 3rd, everyone. That's when spooky season ends. Is it the 3rd? I got to look at the calendar. It's early November, nonetheless. It's a Tuesday. We got the Preserve Halloween Fest coming up November 23rd and 24th. It's right before Thanksgiving. So everyone's going to be out of school. It's in Savannah, Georgia, that is, at the Savannah Convention Center. It's a blast every single year. It's amazing every year. And guests include Doug Jones, the incomparable Doug Jones, who we love working with. Who else is going to be there? Caroline Williams is going to be there, and Bob Elmore from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. A lot of great guests here. And also Chris Alexander from, where is he from, Moonbeam? What is Chris Alexander's...
I found him writing for Rue Morgue, but
right.
So.
But worked for Fangoria too, right? Of course.
He did.
Yeah. So actually was what, editor?
I'm not sure.
Pretty high up there, the list over there. Fangoria. Are you going to be at the Preserve Halloween Fest?
Probably the whole man in charge.
Yeah.
And I think he did a thing with Brian Stewart for that little project that he had too.
Probably. So I know he's directed some stuff. So. Yeah, I mean, are you going to be in Savannah with us this year?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Still got time to figure it out?
If it seems cool, she'll come.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's just weighing it out, right? And weighing out the options.
Sure, I can, man. I got a business that's open 7 days a week.
Look, just getting them up there, she'll take care of it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Like, sorry, only making Italian sodas.
I got chili in your coffee. I don't know what to tell you, homie.
Yeah, so nobody knows what that's about.
No, that was before we hit record.
Before we hit record, Nim had her dinner in her bedroom, which was chili. She spilled it on her white bedspread. So, she was just gonna handle it, of course, because she's a big girl, handling it herself, and just threw the chili and the bedspread and everything in the washing machine.
I feel like there's a Revenge of the Nerds joke in here. So it sounds like a gag from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh God! So we're gonna be finding little pieces of corn and kidney beans for a minute in the dryer.
It is the culinary equivalent of glitter. Yeah. Y'all want to play a little spooky season type trivia?
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, cool. We're going to call this spooky season, not so spooky season after dark. That's what I'm going to call this one. These are movies that definitely are not hard R-rated movies, mostly family movies. But here's the thing. If it's on IMDb, there's a section called the Parent's Guide.
Yeah.
And users can go in and submit content warnings, so like if you want to watch a movie with your kid and you want to know what it's all about, and you think maybe you want to make a judgment on what's in the movie, as to whether or not you want to watch it with them, you can go to these. And these are just, like I said, whoever just has an account can submit these content warnings.
Yeah.
I don't know what the process is to vet these. I don't think there is much of one in general. But given a content warning that is user submitted on IMDb, I want you to try and guess the movie.
Yeah.
So the first one here is the title character wears a low-cut dress that reveals cleavage throughout the movie. And the dress is tattered and torn and reveals her thigh and femur.
Susie Q.
It's not Susie Q. Is that the one with Amy Jo Johnson?
Yeah, sure is. Because remember, like there's that big oh, you're gonna watch after, and then she just rips the majority of the dress off or something.
That's true. No, this is thigh and femur, so you can see the bone as well.
Thigh, femur, and cleavage.
Oh, Corpse Bride.
It is a Corpse Bride, yes. Point for Moonbeam. All right, let's see. What's another one here? The poodle next door is thrown back in a shocked tumble when she touches her nose to Sparky's neck bolt.
Oh,
Sparky's What's that?
Frankenweenie.
It is Frankenweenie. Yeah, 2 points for that.
This is the second week in a row.
I know Frankenweenie came up twice. We just watched it. Robert Capron in that movie as well. He plays. He's the voice of Bob, but he'll be with us at Alabama Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's do something else here. Oh, here it is. It is said that a woman in a portrait danced naked in a town square and enslaved a minister.
The Crucible?
It's not The Crucible. Good guess, though.
Oh, the Addams Family.
It is the Addams Family, yes. Yes. That is correct. Moonbeam running away with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. How about this? Dylan calls Marnie a downer, not profane.
Whew. I don't know about that one.
Yeah. A few of the monsters here. I'm gonna give you another one from the same movie. A few of the monsters have scary appearances, though most are depicted as normal people, and are not mean or scary. All right, here's
Monsters Inc.
Nope. Here's another one. A creature known as the Bad Thing is dressed in a dark cloak and a scary mask. He appears to the Cromwells in a cauldron and in an abandoned movie theater, where several creatures have been frozen by the Bad Thing.
I feel like I should know.
This movie sounds cool.
Pretty much gave you a whole bunch of detail there.
Yeah.
I know the names, but I don't know what I know them from.
Yeah. Also, just want to put in here, someone put a few oh my gods and oh my goshes.
Yeah, you usually get those on there.
Yeah, people always make sure to mention how many times people say gosh and god in the movie.
17 egads.
Yeah. All right. That is Halloween Town is the movie.
Oh.
We've worked with several members of the cast of that franchise.
Yeah.
Including Keone Young.
Hey.
He's the villain in the third one, or
he's a cool cat.
One. Yeah, I like Keone a lot. It's a good dude. Let's try this one. I totally just lost my place. Oh yeah, the film is filled with pseudo scary visuals, but little actual harm is done. For instance, one character has a hatchet embedded in his head, but it might just as well be a hat. The characters are mostly toys or could be interpreted as undead creatures.
A Nightmare Before Christmas?
It is Nightmare Before Christmas, yeah.
Hey.
The hatchet guy. Someone mentioned the hatchet guy, and I was like, I got to talk about this. Hatchet guy. Let's see. There's all different types of content warnings here. Here's another one for you. Several. Wow, this is worded really. Again, these are user submitted, so I'm going to read it as they put it in here.
They got donkey brains.
The several use of the word virgin repeated unnecessarily during the movie.
Hocus Pocus.
It is Hocus Pocus. Yeah.
I remember being a kid and like knowing what that word was, and it was just like they're saying that way too much.
Yeah. I feel like we're using this a lot. Yeah. The second one kind of has a character use a faux explanation for what it is, like because he's in front of a group of kids and someone asks him, he's like, "Oh, it's a blah blah blah." So they do kind of try to get around the kid turning to like mom and dad and being like, "What's over?" So anyway,
like there's certain words that like aren't anything that's awful, but like you don't want to go see like a kids movie and it's like I counted on all of my hands and my toes the amount of times they use the word perineum. It's like you don't need to say that many times.
I used to have a group of regulars that would come into my trivia night, and every time they would name themselves Pirates of the Perineum. And I always thought that was pretty good.
That was good.
I mean, the thing is, they used it like every week that they showed up, but
but you knew it was the boys.
Nonetheless, yeah. I believe they're all like medical folks to some degree, so which made it even better.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. And here's one more for y'all here. I think Moonbeam has won this one, but we'll see what happens. A scene is shown in which the title character mentions that he hasn't gotten any action in 600 years, and then visits a brothel staffed by
Beetlejuice.
Yes. I'm going to give that to both of y'all because it sounded like you both said it at the same time. Brothel staffed by devil women who are scantily clad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a pretty good scene in that movie. I think it's really funny. I don't know, like so many good like little moments from that movie that I can't really say for sure like what's my favorite. But I especially like that, like, Beetlejuice shows up at the end and he's kind of like trying to enact his master plan and get his vengeance or whatever else.
He switches that.
And all he does to Otho is he just changes his clothes really quick as he runs away. And that's it. That's his whole punishment, I guess. Is Otho's clothes change really fast and then he screams and runs out the door.
Could be caught dead in a polyester suit.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty bad punishment enough to be in that polyester suit. So
yeah.
I digress, y'all. So yeah, Humbl Fam, let me know, what is it that spooky season means to you? What do you have to do around spooky season? What's your like favorite Halloween candy that you gotta have, or like like we were talking about earlier, like fall coffees, right? Like a good fall coffee. What do you have? I want to know all about it. As we mentioned, y'all, you can go to preservehalloweenfest.com to check out Preserve Halloween Fest. And as this episode drops here, we are a little over a week away from the Alabama Comic-Con as well. Brandon and I will be there. Moonbeam will be there with us in spirit. Actually, if you see us, come tell us that you said hi to Moonbeam, and then we can pass that on to her at our next recording to let her know that we are there. You can still get your tickets to Alabama Comic-Con at alccbhm.com, or just go to Alabama Comic-Con on Instagram or Facebook, and there's all kind of really cool information over there as well. But while you're at it, everybody, make sure you give us a like and a comment. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss a single episode of the Humble Show. Y'all will be back here for another visit next week, but until then, let's stay humble.